Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. That's right, I homeschool. I'm Mrs. T, and today I have a confession. I have fallen for the social media trap of homeschooling families out there. And boy, I want to talk a little bit about how social media, specifically YouTubing families out there, have influenced my decision to homeschool, have influenced my curriculum, my purchases, and I want to talk about this realization I had and how that's kind of dangerous. And I also wanted to let you guys know how this realization is going to alter my channel. Now, I definitely still really love YouTube. The homeschooling world, I do find it really fascinating to see what other families do. I'm just going to process that information a little bit differently. And I have made some decisions about how my channel is going to, like what my content is going to look like. And that's going to maybe alter a little bit from what I have already done. So let's go ahead and just talk about it.
Before we do, I just want to say I'm not here to call out any specific homeschooling family on YouTube. Again, I find their content to be extremely valuable. This is just that I had this realization that I need to take that information a little bit more with a grain of salt and process it a little bit differently. This is not throwing shade at these other families at all.
First thing I want to talk about is how social media has influenced our decision to homeschool. So I am not someone who is homeschooled. My husband wasn't, but we did start researching homeschool independently before we saw homeschooling content on YouTube. That's the only social media platform I'm on right now, and I have no desire to go on the others. But basically, we started reading different books about homeschooling styles and what that looks like, but they're very kind of formal. I read kind of formal books. They're about like Montessori or Waldorf or classical. There was home learning resources, something like that. And suddenly, I don't even know what kind of sparked it, but I decided to try YouTube. And it opened up this whole world of content, and it made me realize that homeschooling can be less formal. Homeschooling can be this amazing journey. And it really influenced me and my husband to decide that yes, this is doable. Like real life people are doing it right now. There are a lot of resources out there that I didn't realize existed until I discovered the homeschooling realm of YouTube. But I had to pause there to really think how I wanted to say this. There are certain things that I've noticed with homeschooling families here on YouTube. A couple of themes. One common theme is there's just a lot of curriculum out there being talked about, being purchased, being tried, being recycled through. There's a lot of curriculum hopping. There's a lot of schedule changing. And it really did influence how I started with purchasing curriculum and planning my schedule. I saw a lot of videos out there that were talking about these beautiful schedules, and I even have one, right, where it was like just so perfect. But as the year progressed, I found that when I created my schedule to kind of not match, but it was influenced by what other people were doing, I noticed that it was not sustainable. And I definitely needed to have changes, and it didn't fit my personality. And it didn't even, like, the curriculum that I was using, some of it was not even a good fit, right? So I felt like I was influenced, one, by certain curriculum, and then two, to abandon said certain curriculum. And I realized this when I was just the other day about to purchase a new math curriculum because I'm planning next year, when I have two perfectly good math curricula already in my hands that my child already is interested in and has learned a lot from. There is no reason for me to be purchasing another curriculum. And I was doing it because I was influenced by multiple people out there who were singing the praises of different programs. Yes, Saxon Math, Singapore Math, Dimensions, preschool math at home. All of these are really solid programs, but I don't need to experience all of them. My child doesn't need all of them. What my child needs is for me to find the program that best fits him and try to stick with it and be as consistent as possible. So it was kind of like this aha moment where it's like, why am I even considering, why am I even looking at math right now? And it was like, oh, right, I just saw like 6 videos on preschool and kindergarten math, and I felt like I was missing something, and I'm not. And that's kind of this common pitfall when you're watching other people here on YouTube. Curriculum hopping is another one. Curriculum can be affordable and easy to access, and I am going to talk about some of the financial things I wish I thought through before doing that relate to homeschool, but a lot of it is expensive, and I feel like there are some folks here in YouTube who try curriculum to rate the curriculum and just move on. There's a lot of curriculum hopping. There's a lot of, well, this didn't work for my kids, so I purchased this whole other program for hundreds of dollars. Great. And then it feels like, if you're using this other program and it didn't work for them, suddenly you're like, oh, well, it shouldn't be working for me. I might try this other one too. There's a lot of like keeping up with the Jones, like, right? Isn't that what it's called? Keeping up with the Joneses. And I just, I don't know, I just realized it, and it kind of made me feel like, what the heck am I doing? I've learned a lot in this last year. I've learned a lot about the type of curriculum that we need and the type of schedule that we need. But I can tell you that my content is going to change, and my channel is going to have more consistency. I want to talk about not only I want to evaluate the curriculum I purchased. I want to evaluate the stuff and say, did I really need it? Did I not need it? And I want to use what we have at home. That means that we are going to need to take a step back and cut back on some of the things that we've purchased. So, for example, Knowledge Crate is a wonderful program that has all these curated boxes where they come up with activities and they're all surrounding a theme. You guys, I don't need that. As much as we love it, we have amazing activity books already at home that are broken down by theme, that I purchased because I was influenced to do so, and that we haven't really used. So what I'm actually going to be doing is we have one more Knowledge Crate box that's coming in the spring, but after that, we're going to be done with Knowledge Crate, and we are instead going to use our actual Knowledge Crate boxes that we have, like the actual physical boxes, and we're going to be making our own and preparing them for the year. And I'm going to go about creating our own boxes, leveraging the content we have, the workbooks, everything that I've been influenced by, and actually putting them into action. The other thing is, with my channel, I really did make a decision that, one, I never want to purchase curriculum just to review it here. I really don't want to get wrapped into this fear of missing out on curriculum. It's dangerous. It's a slippery slope. There's too much money that goes down the drain, and you don't need it. We just don't need it all. I think the better thing would be to show the curriculum that you're using and how you adjust it. How you adjust it to make it work. Or if it doesn't work and you do have to try a new program, like going over, not just jumping to the next best thing. It's a shift that you have decided because it's what's best, not because you're trying to keep up with everybody else. The other thing is, I really don't want to ever purchase curriculum just, again, for that content, but I also never want to take free curriculum or paid sponsorships. I am going to try very hard not to go down that rabbit hole, because ultimately the schooling journey for any kid, whether it's in a school or homeschooling, it's about the child. It's not about the sponsored content. It's not about making money off of your child. It is about teaching your children. And then, yeah, it's kind of a rambly video, but I don't even know if I covered everything I wanted to talk about, but I did realize, like I said, I realized I was falling for this trap, and it's just unnecessary. All right, you guys. So we're going to go ahead, wrap this video up right here. We'll see if I even post it, but thank you so much for your time. I will talk to you guys soon, and I'm going to start getting really honest about the curriculum that I've purchased and have been influenced to purchase, and whether or not I wish I bought it or did not. Some of it has been good, but a lot of it has been like, why did I need a third resource that covers the same stuff? Anyway, thank you everyone. I hope you have a good day. I will talk to you soon. Bye.